Banana pudding cake is such an easy recipe. Hi, I'm Dorothy and I'm back today with banana pudding cake. We're starting with the cake mix. It's got tons of banana flavor and a banana Cool Whip frosting. It's banana pudding in cake form and it's delicious. This cake is so simple. I love doctoring up a cake mix because it makes life so much easier. We're starting with a yellow cake mix. You can use any brand that you want. Just make sure it's about 15 ounces. It'll be for a 9 by 13 inch pan. So I have that in my large bowl, and we're going to add banana to this cake because it's gonna be a banana flavored cake as well as have that banana pudding frosting. These look really disgusting. These are bananas that I froze in their little peels, their little jackets, got really spotted. And I wasn't in the mood to bake that day, so I just threw them in the freezer. When you put them in the freezer, they turn brown and gross like this, but you can still use them. You just have to let them thaw, and then they're perfect for banana bread or banana cake like what we're making today. So that's a great tip for when you have bananas that you've bought too many or you didn't eat them and they're overripe but you're not in the mood to bake. Pop them in the freezer in their peels, and then you have the perfect bananas for baking. I'm just gonna match these up. And now I'm just going to add them to my bowl with my cake mix. And then to that, we're going to add 3 large eggs and 3/4 of a cup of milk, 1/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. So you need less oil because we have that banana in there. Now you could use an electric mixer to mix these together, or you can just use a whisk. The batter will be slightly lumpy because of those bananas in there. But otherwise it'll be pretty smooth. Just make sure that all of that cake batter, that powdered cake mix is dissolved into the mixture. Now that I have my cake batter all mixed together, we're going to bake this in a 9 by 13 inch pan. I'm using a metal pan today. You could use glass if you want. You can grease and flour this. You can just use regular pan, but I love using the cooking spray that has flour in it. It's called baking spray because it has flour. It makes it stick less. And then we're just going to add our cake batter. And that's it, we have our cake batter. I'm going to pop this in a preheated oven. It's been preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake it until a toothpick comes out clean from the center of the cake. If you don't follow me already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post lots of delicious desserts. While the cake is baking and cooling, we are going to make the frosting. Now this is a banana pudding frosting. So we are starting with Cool Whip. I have a little bit of milk because we're not making the pudding to make it super thin. We want this to be a nice thick frosting, but we don't want it to be grainy. So I have a little bit of milk, and I have instant banana pudding. Before you come at me, Cool Whip is delicious. It's amazing. I use it in so many recipes. You can swap whipped cream if you want. You want about 3 cups of freshly whipped cream, but just know if you're using whipped cream, it's going to weep. The cake's not gonna last as long, and it's not gonna be as delicious. Add that Cool Whip in there. Now what's amazing about this cake too is that because we are using a lot of packaged ingredients, you can make this sugar-free if you want. So you could use a sugar-free pudding mix, a sugar-free cake mix. It's really kind of a really great way. They have sugar-free pudding, so you can make sugar-free frosting with sugar-free Cool Whip. So it's kind of great that you can really adjust this based on your preferences, or if you're making this for a family member who maybe doesn't want to have sugar or can't have sugar. So it's kind of really easy and great that way. And now that it's all put together, I'm gonna just set this aside until that cake is nice and cool, and then we'll frost it. Our cake is cooled. The toothpick came out clean. I took it out of the oven. I let it cool completely. You don't want that frosting to melt on here. Pro tip, if you want it to cool fast, pop it in the freezer for a little bit. And now we're gonna just take this banana pudding frosting that I made, and we're gonna frost the cake. Now, if you love fresh banana and you have some that are perfectly yellow. I seem to have trouble buying bananas from the store because by the time I get them home, practically they're not ripe for eating. But if you have some, you could put a layer of bananas on in between the cake and the frosting. Banana pudding just takes me back to my childhood. Growing up, we never really made anything from scratch. It was the 70s and 80s and everything was canned and microwaved. And banana pudding, my mom used to make banana cream pie and it was with the pudding mix. I just have a special place in my heart for the flavor of banana instant pudding. It just reminds me of my childhood. I'm going to take, I just happen to have some vanilla wafers. You could use graham cracker crumbs, you could use golden Oreos. I'm just gonna break these, a few of them, just take a couple of these and sprinkle it over the top because banana pudding typically has some sort of cookie and it's usually either like a shortbread chessman cookie or a vanilla wafer. I just love doing it because it makes it look pretty, adds a little bit of crunch, and it kind of gives more of a reminiscent of banana pudding. Let's slice it and give it a taste. Because we're using Cool Whip in the frosting, this cake is perfect for a potluck because you can make this ahead of time. You can make this up to a day or two ahead of time, which makes it perfect for those summer potlucks. And there you have it, this thick but delicious moist banana cake with that thick banana pudding frosting, and let's give it a taste. It tastes like my childhood, and that Cool Whip frosting, that is gonna go on everything from now on. That is a hack that you need to remember, outside of this cake. Cool Whip, a little milk, and any kind of instant pudding. Oh, perfect. This cake is so good. If you don't follow me already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Keep watching for even more delicious recipes.